You've got a creator and a destroyer here, and they're vying for your level of consciousness, and that either you're going to choose the path to wake up and become a benevolent son of God, like John, like the Bible in the New Testament in John 1:12 and 1:14. If you read those two, and now think about them potentially throwing you a line so that you can get out of this quarantine simulation where you're a beat down slave, a primitive worker that they designed to work in the mines. It seems to me, and I was watching this really, really interesting YouTube video where William Shatner in 1977 was doing a interview of the various people talking about the ancient gods. Very interesting. Anyway, toward the end of it, he met this really wild-looking scientist who had no hair but a huge beard, glasses, and the whole thing. And he was at an observatory, and he was talking to him, and this guy made a profession that I think is very interesting and very telling for this time. He said, he goes, well, blah, 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 all these beings on all these different galaxies. And he said, if you pay attention to your consciousness and evolve it, there's a point in time, and I don't understand why, but they start communicating with you. You're on their frequency, essentially, is what he was saying. And I'm here to tell you, from all the people that are fans of mine, readers, and so on and so forth, I believe that's true. And if you think about the division of the brain into various brainwave frequencies, delta, theta, alpha, and beta, that we don't truly know if you were able to be in a waking consciousness at, I don't know, 2 hertz, what that would be like. I mean, that's an out-of-body experience for people in REM sleep, okay? Down in that 4 hertz region. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden you start thinking about the dimensions and brainwave frequency, you realize, well, if I was on a different radio channel, I might see and hear and experience something very differently than what I'm getting right now.
Exactly.
And so when I look at that, being a little bit of an engineer again, I realized that we're energy. And I was trying to understand this in order to make sense of how an advanced being would have created us using the electromagnetic spectrum, which they fully were aware of, and how they would have used it to either facilitate us waking up or keeping us enslaved. And the electromagnetic spectrum is the perfect remote vehicle or agent for doing that if you look at our electrical construct of our bodies. So